Hi, my name is Kevin Fernandez and welcome to my channel, Gamers Genie. Today we're going to do an unboxing video on the game Unmatched, Jurassic Park. This is the second Jurassic Park Unmatched game. The first one was InGen versus the Raptors. This one is Dr. Sattler versus the T-Rex. And it also has Dr. Malcolm, yes, yes, there is dinosaurs in this dinosaur game. Yes, there is. I do enjoy the first Jurassic Park game, but yes, I think this one will also be interesting as this game looks really fun, so without further ado, let's go to the table and crack this nut open and see what's inside. Okay, so here's the box, and yeah, I'm not gonna continue with that voice. I'm only gonna do it in the beginning and the end of this video, so yes, you got that to look forward to. So we got the T-Rex, got Dr. Sattler and Dr. Malcolm on the cover. Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies. I'm sure that it's a lot of other people's favorite movie. I do enjoy that they are doing Jurassic Park versus like Jurassic World or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to have to be you know, to having Chris Pratt be a playable character in Unmatched yet. I'm not ready for that. It's not that I don't know if I want to see that or not, but I'm definitely not ready for that yet. So we're gonna flip it over on its backside. It's gonna show you all the stuff that it's gonna come in with. According to most people, the T-Rex is the largest miniature in this game, which is going to be interesting. And I don't, so one of the reasons why I really wanted to get this game is because I know that there's a lot of games that are going back into the vault, and the Jurassic Park set they said was going to be discontinued later this year because the IP license for this is run out, and I don't know if they meant this one and the one with InGen, or like just the InGen one, but it's a good thing I have it just in case. So we're gonna open up the box, and I do like that they put artwork on every bit of the box. We got our fantastical rule book, and oh, even there, the T-Rex's, and we're gonna take everything out. Even the T-Rex's health marker is huge. Okay, we're gonna open that up. And like all my unboxing videos with Unmatched, I'm going to I'm gonna get that. Okay, and there we go. I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna assemble it. Oh wow. So according to this, the T-Rex starts with 27 health. So, but if I remember correctly, his movement is not that good. There are some like negative aspects of having him as your main character, but you know, there's got to be something to even out this character. He is huge. There we go. We got our assembled T-Rex. Oh, and we will also get the next character. So we'll start with, as always, I'm going to start with Dr. Sattler's. She starts off with 13 health. A little bit of a disadvantage. One of the things that I do like is that all the characters' health dials are very, very unique. Oh wow, it actually has an even amount of dial, of little punchers, connectors. Usually there's like one extra one or something like that, but this one is the first one I've seen where it actually has, like everything in there. Okay, so we got Dr. Sattler. We'll do Malcolm's next. Okay, he only has 7 health. Okay, there. And so we'll punch out these punchables. And I have a feeling this has something to do with Dr. Sattler's ability. Oh, yes, it's her insight. I know I did say I'm not going to do the voice, and I'm not doing the voice. But I do have questions. Oh, okay. So, I will open up Dr. Malcolm when I get closer to Dr. Sattler. But first, I'm going to start with the T-Rex. Alright, there we go. And he only has 1 movement, so he is the slowest character in Unmatched. And T-Rex is a large fighter. She can attack up to 2 spaces away. At the end of your turn, draw a card. So this one will really go through the deck. And we have, you're just making her hungry. It has a during combat effect. You may boost this card, and it also has an after combat effect. If you won the combat, return this card to your hand. I'm trying something new with this. So now it also has closer than she appears. Move the T-Rex up to 1 space, draw 1 card, and gain another action. We got 3 of those. And now we got 15,000 pounds of muscle during combat. Ignore the value of your opponent's card. After combat, take 2 damage. So now we have this one, Thrash. During combat, you may boost this card. After combat, if you won the combat, deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter in the T-Rex's zone. Okay, we got Reckless Lunge. After combat, deal 3 damage to the opposing fighter, and then take 3 damage. The T-Rex has a lot of health, so taking some damage is not going to affect it in any way. Then we got when dinosaurs ruled the earth. During combat, you may boost this card. After combat, if you won the combat, draw 1 card gain 1 action, and take 2 damage. A lot of the T-Rex's stuff are pretty reckless, so I'll just start placing this there. So we got 65 million years of gut instinct. Choose a card in your discard pile other than 65 million years of gut instinct and add it to your hand. Ooh, that's a pretty powerful card right there. And I'm surprising there's 3. Then there's Terrifying Roar. Immediately, fighters cannot leave their space for the rest of the turn. Wow, that's pretty good. We have Ripples in the water. Place T-Rex in any space in her zone. Then each opponent with a fighter adjacent to the T-Rex discards 1 random card. And you know, as you may have noticed, I have not started with the T-Rexes with the board. I'm actually going to end with the board this time around. So then we have Commanding Impact, which is just draw 1 card, but you get 5 attack. That's a pretty powerhouse card right there. And then finally we have Momentous Shift. And during combat, if your fighter started this turn in a different space, this card's value is 5 instead. Okay, we're going to put that away. And now we're going to, carefully, kind of lodged in there. There we go. There is the T-Rex. I can confirm that this is a large character, and as you may notice, there is no base ring around this figure. This is a 100% baseless figure. I'm going to put the T-Rex's dial. It goes right underneath the T-Rex. Place that back. Okay. Okay, it's a copyright note. Okay, so we'll put these insight tokens back in here. And we're going to actually start, we'll do the cards last. Oh, put the card, speaking of cards, we'll take the T-Rex's cards, put them back in the box. Because we're not looking at the T-Rex anymore, we're looking at Dr. Malcolm. Okay, and you know, it's just a standard sidekick piece. I didn't get the special edition, which, you know, I had no interest in having the one where you get a solid figure. I'm perfectly fine with just the little chip. I'm a simple guy. I didn't really want it at all. Because, I don't know, I like the idea of using a sidekick chip. Oh yeah, and we're gonna take a look. Dr. Sattler. Once again, phenomenal work on the detail of these figures. Really love them. She's got like a peach color. I guess that's to match the kind of, you know, jacket she wore, shirt. Okay. Oh, and it actually tells you what her insight is. So we have her character card with Malcolm. They're both melee characters. So after Dr. Sattler or Dr. Malcolm move, place an insight token in their new space. You have 5 insight tokens, and that's what that looks like. 2 movement. And whenever either of your fighters moves to a new space, place an insight token in their new space. Tokens may be placed in spaces with other tokens, including other insight tokens. These tokens have no effect on themselves, but many of your cards interact with them. When you remove insight tokens from the board, return them to your supply. You can place them on the board again in the future. If you would place an insight token but don't have any in your supply, nothing happens. Okay, I like how they explain it. That's nice. Okay, we have Woman Inherits the Earth, and it's got an immediate effect. Draw 1 card. Dr. Sattler recovers health equal to the number of insight tokens on the board. Remove all insight tokens from the board. It's kind of interesting. I'm trying to remember when she said this line, because they're all based off of lines from the actual movie and everything. I think that's like, that was like towards the end of the movie. I don't know. But now we have violently, if necessary, after combat, deal 2 damage to each opposing fighter on or adjacent to a space with an insight token. So these insight tokens, you have to make sure you're placing them because that's how she fights. During combat, increase the value of this card. Oh, you never had control. That's the illusion. During combat, increase the value of this card by the number of insight tokens on the board. Remove all insight tokens from the board. And I remember that line because that's the one where he was talking about the flea circus. They were eating ice cream. And he's like, well, next time we know. And she's like, next time? There's no next time, you know. It's still just all flea circus. Okay. Sexism in survival situations. Oh yeah, that line was funny. Well, because I'm and you're we'll discuss sexism in survival situations later. And it has a during combat effect. If the opposing fighter is a hero, the value of this card is 4 instead. You may move and after combat, you may move Dr. Sattler 1 space. So if Malcolm uses this card, which is kind of weird because it says if the opposing fighter is a hero. Oh, so if you're fighting against a sidekick, it won't work. That's kind of interesting. The T-Rex doesn't have a sidekick, but so that card will work more effectively if you're playing against like maybe the Muldoon or something like that. Okay, now we have, I think we're back in business. Oh, yeah, this is when the hand, but it has a during combat effect. The value of this card is equal to the number of cards in your hand. So yeah, you gotta make sure you have a decent, your full hand size, I guess. And this one only has 1, and I'm gonna read it first, but it's for Malcolm. And you place an insight token in any space. It is called Chaotician. So that's what that looks like. Unfortunately I can't do that. And if you guys don't know what this card is and what it does, you're new to the game of Unmatched, and I recommend that you check my how to play video on Unmatched. So this is Fent, and it immediately cancels all effects on the opponent's card. It does have a weak defense. It's only 2, but canceling effects on all opponent's cards is like really cool. So balances out. So this one's another Dr. Malcolm. Life finds a way. After combat, your opponent discards the top card of their deck. Dr. Malcolm and Dr. Sattler recover health equal to that card's boost value. Okay. Oh, and we got another solo card, and this is Future X Mrs. Malcolm. You draw 2 cards, place an insight token in Dr. Malcolm's space, and then you gain an action. And that's the scene where he was very, very injured. And for some reason, they had to have him with his shirt off. I don't know. I guess they were going under Twilight rules. Must go faster. This one's another lone card. It's got a 3. It's versatile. After combat, if you won the combat, you may place Dr. Malcolm or Dr. Sattler in any space. These cards are pretty handy, especially because the T-Rex is large, so you gotta give them something to kind of fight back with. Then we got Lock the Doors, which is right here. Deal 2 damage. It's after combat. Deal 2 damage to the opposing fighter. Move your fighter up to 2 spaces. I really do like the artwork on these cards. There is I like how they're not shirking. They never shirk. That's one of the really cool things. Hey, hey, hey! It's for any. That's weird because it was Malcolm who did that. So it's an after combat effect. Move your other fighter up to 4 spaces. So whoever uses, so if you did this with Dr. Sattler, then you would move Malcolm. But if you did it with Malcolm, then you move Dr. Sattler. So that's pretty interesting. Then we have the concept of attraction. Right here, concept of attraction. We're going to move that in there. After combat, you may place your fighter in any space with an insight token. And as we know, those insight tokens are pretty powerful. And then we finally have our last card here for Dr. Sattler. Regroup. After combat, draw 1 card. If you won the combat, you draw 2 cards instead. Yes, once again, the artwork is phenomenal. And now we're going to move on to the last part. Okay, and there is our board. You have the Jurassic Park Jeep. Oh, this is by the Tyrannosaurus. This is by the Tyrannosaurus pen. So this is the part when the Tyrannosaurus is attacking, because as you can see, there's the smashed outhouse where he ate the lawyer. Where she ate the lawyer, sorry. It's a female. And then you got the flare down there. I mean, that's one of the things I like about these famous IP games. They do show the detail in these games, and I do love that. We're going to flip it over. It is not a double-sided one at all. Instead, it just shows the island. And so we're going to put that back in the box, and we're going to kind of flip through the rule book a bit, show you what that looks like. And each rule book kind of it's like it does the same stuff, but the design inside is pretty cool. It gives everything a different design. We're going to close the box up, and there we go. There's the Jurassic Park Unmatched set with Dr. Sattler and the T-Rex. Alright, well that's everything inside Unmatched, the second Jurassic Park set with the T-Rex and Dr. Sattler. Like I said in the video, if you have never played Unmatched before, check out my how to play video on the game Unmatched. I'll leave a link in the description below, also in the video throughout the whole thing, so you can check that out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to be notified for videos just like this. And I know I said I was going to do my Dr. Malcolm voice again, but I'll do that more towards the end because it's starting to bug me. And if you're a big fan of the channel as a whole, consider becoming a Patreon supporter on our Patreon page, where you have early access to videos, how to play videos, not like this one. But here's the thing, I have a lot of Unmatched sets, and I definitely know that Jordan and I have been thinking about making a series of videos where we just do gameplays, and that's gonna be it. That'll most likely be a Patreon exclusive one, but we will do the first episode on both Patreon and YouTube because we need to advertise this. So to advertise this, I don't know what game we're gonna do. We're either gonna do Elder Sign, which was the first game that we ever featured on this channel, or we're going to do one of the other games. Now, one of my rules for this is it's got to be an expansion or a expand-alone, so like the Villainous sets or the Unmatched sets like this. So if you guys have a suggestion on what you want to see in this series, let me know in the comments below. There's still some effects and other things that we need to figure out before we fully go with this, as well as planning out how this tier is going to be done, and everything like that. So just be patient. We will definitely get that out there as soon as possible. And we also need to think of a name. Again, if you guys have any suggestions on the name of the series, please put them down in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you guys. Or if you're a Patreon supporter already, you can just message us in our Patreon page or in our multitude of social media platforms. There's links to those in the description below as well. So we'd like to thank all of the people who have sent in messages, who've liked videos, who have, I don't know if people have shared. They don't have that in the analytics of YouTube. But thank you for everybody who subscribed. You guys really make this channel make this channel what it is, and you guys allow us to do what we love to do. So thank you very much. And now I want to thank my mother-in-law for getting this for me. This was a present from my in-laws. I do thank them very much. Now be on the lookout for our next video. But until then, thanks for for the views.